Hey guys, how you going? I've found a few more. Prince Andrew's friend Ghislane Maxwell set to tell all to FBI. Let's see. Oh, Prince Andrew's friend, yep, set to tell all. Item media. Prince Andrew's top right friend Ghislane Maxwell left. Where? Is reportedly preparing to speak to the FBI about their connection to pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, bottom right. Okay, the pictures are missing, and that's it. Okay, well, she's set to tell all to the FBI, apparently. If I can get back to where I was. Oh. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying to find the most recent one. And this is what it does. Secret meeting. Prince Andrew's secret met with Jeffrey Epstein's Madam Ghislane Maxwell for secret summit at Buckingham Palace. This is from news.com.au. There's a video apparently. From pizza shops to sweating conditions, Prince Andrew's attempt to distance himself from child sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in an interview that didn't go well. It's an understatement. I'd like to see her interview. Prince Andrew secretly met Ghislane Maxwell inside Buckingham Palace 2 weeks after her pedophile ex, Jeffrey Epstein, was placed under new investigation by US cops. Sorry, got a thunderstorm going on, guys. Yay! The Duke of York admitted in his car crash Newsnight interview that he saw Maxwell during the summer but denied discussing Epstein, reports The Sun. But The Sun can reveal the long-term pals met inside Andrew's private palace quarters on June the 6th. The choice of venue, the inner sanctum of the monarchy, raises fresh questions over the Duke's judgment and piles more embarrassment on the Queen. As if the Queen and Prince Charles don't have anything to do with this. Like, I think if they dug a bit deeper, they might just find a bit more there. What do you think, guys? A source said Andrew's arrogance is breathtaking. To invite a woman accused of such serious wrongdoing into the heart of the royal family simply beggars belief, I'd say. Especially, did the Queen allow it? She would have had to have been there, surely. Actually, look up the Queen wanted in Canada for the disappearance of 11 or 19 young children. Just look that up. 2 days after the palace meeting, a carefree Maxwell 57 was seen at $1,900 a night Swiss hotel. It comes as Epstein's ex-masseuse told how she was recruited by alleged pimp Maxwell, then raped by Epstein on his island. Maxwell 57 is accused of being Epstein's pimp who introduced Andrew to sex slave Virginia Roberts, now Virginia Giuffre. The FBI wants to quiz Maxwell over her links with Epstein. She has not been seen since August, 5 days after his jail death. Evil woman. Discussing the fallout, a source said the Duke and Ghislane met at the palace. She brought 4 other people with her. They were all smartly dressed and looked very official, very serious and businesslike. There was no way it was a social occasion. They stayed for about 2 hours. What, a bunch of lawyers, was it? Looking back now, it seems very likely they would have been discussing the fallout from Epstein's misdemeanours and what they planned to do about it. A week before the meeting on May 29th, Andrew, 59, returned from a tour of Canada. On June the 1st, he attended a salute of the Grenadier Guards at the palace and a reception at Wellington Barracks. The Duke met Donald Trump at the palace for the state banquet on June the 3rd, and the pair had breakfast at St James Palace the next day. On June the 5th, Andrew was absent from D-Day's 75th anniversary in Portsmouth. There were no royal engagements on June the 6th when he met Maxwell. was Virginia Roberts, who now goes by Virginia Guthrie. The following day, the Queen was at Buckingham Palace with dignitaries, and on June the 8th, it was her birthday and trooping the colour. Huh? Andrew told BBC Newsnight last Saturday that he last saw Maxwell, who he was known since the 1990s, when she was over for a motoring rally. The all-woman cash and rocket rally left London's Hyde Park for Monaco on June the 6th. The 4-day fundraiser also featured shops in Paris and Geneva. Newsnight's Emily Maitlis asked Andrew if he and Maxwell discussed Epstein at their summer meeting. The Duke replied, no, actually. Funnily enough, no, not at all. There wasn't anything to discuss about him because he wasn't in the news, you know. It was just we had moved on. Maxwell, daughter of press baron Robert Maxwell, has not been seen in public since she was spotted at an LA burger joint in August, shortly after Epstein's death. And even that is in question because a lot of people think that was a photoshopped photo, trying to confuse people to thinking she was somewhere when she was somewhere else. Plucking women off the street. The last known picture of her is from June 8th at a party for the car rally in Geneva. She is seen in a white dress and shades chatting to Annette Mason, wife of Pink Floyd's Nick Mason, and another woman. Since then, Maxwell has not been seen at her home in Belgravia, central London, nor at brother Kevin's place in Oxford. In February, the US Department of Justice announced that it was reopening its investigation into Epstein's plea bargain in 2008. The billionaire received an 18-month jail spell after admitting a lesser charge of soliciting a minor for prostitution. In March, Virginia Roberts launched an appeal in relation to a judge's refusal to unseal documents relating to the 2017 defamation settlement with Maxwell. Roberts has accused Maxwell of recruiting her to work as Epstein's masseuse, aged 15. She says she was directed by Maxwell to give erotic massages and engage in sexual activities with Andrew and others. She claims to have had sex with Andrew 3 times, including one orgy. The first encounter allegedly took place in Maxwell's London home when Roberts was 17. In April, Epstein accuser Maria Farmer, now 50, filed a sworn affidavit alleging she and her 15-year-old sister were sexually abused by the pedo and Maxwell in 1996. She claimed Maxwell drove around New York plucking young women off the street to become models, only to take them to be abused by Epstein and his pals. The FBI raided Epstein's $113 million New York mansion on July the 6th, a month after Andrew met Maxwell. On August the 10th, Epstein was found dead in his cell in an apparent suicide while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. And Epstein didn't kill himself. Andrew flew to New York in 2010 after his old pal was released from jail. He and Epstein were photographed in Central Park, and footage shows the prince looking out of Epstein's mansion. The Duke told the Newsnight interview he had gone to the US to break off the friendship. Okay, I don't know about you, but if you break off of a friendship, you just pretty much don't see that person anymore. Is that right? I mean, that's how I am. If I want to break off a friendship, I just won't go. I won't go and break up with them. Oh my goodness, like, was he his lover? Fair enough if you're a partner. Is that what was going on? Exactly what was going on here? Someone needs to blow this wide open. Seriously, come on, guys. Not you guys, I mean the news, you know? Someone needs to... Jeez. The Duke he told him he was going to break it off. Oh my God. I'm speechless, guys. It doesn't sound like anything any sane person would do. Unless you're in a relationship. So, yeah, it's an excuse. That's not what he was doing. Andrew is now braced for a request to tell the FBI what he knew about Epstein's crimes. Officials are said to have gone into meltdown during his TV interview last week. Earlier this week, Andrew was forced to step down from royal duties. And tonight, the Canadian Canoe Museum became the 23rd organisation to drop him as a patron. He has resigned from 3 patronages, been removed by 7, and 13 have taken him off their website. Andrew claims he has never met Roberts and denies all allegations, as he would. His spokesman would not comment on private matters. Of course. The article was originally published by The Sun and reproduced with permission. So there you go, guys. You got Ghislane Maxwell, hopefully spilling the beans, and you've even got Prince Andrew, who should go and talk to the FBI and spill the beans from his end. And once we start doing that, we get a free-for-all where everyone's spilling the beans on everyone and it blows it wide open. That's all we need, is someone to start this, to start spilling, and then I think it'll create a domino effect where everyone will start spilling and it'll become something massive. We all know this is bigger than we think it is. Some may know how big it is, but it still surprises me. I know all this. I've been researching for 10 years all this stuff, guys. Everything from GMOs to fluoride to this to science and like constitutions and laws that are actually illegal and for 10 years, and still blows me away what I come across sometimes. I just think, wow, could it be that big? Could it be that deep? I knew it was big and I knew it was deep, but is it that big? And yeah. Anyway, tell me what you think, guys. On the Australian, you have to pay to even look at that thing. So, yeah, Jeffrey Epstein's alleged pimp Maxwell preparing to testify in trafficking probe. 8 hours ago, report. This is by Sputnik News, so we'll see how we go. I think that's another propaganda arm in a way. They'll try and spin it a certain way. Maybe, we'll see. Jeffrey Epstein's alleged pimp Maxwell preparing to testify in sex trafficking probe report. Jeffrey Epstein's longtime lover and associate, UK-born Ghislane Maxwell, has been in hiding since she reportedly met this summer with Great Britain's disgraced Prince Andrew, who himself is accused by several women of having sexually abused them as part of the American pedophile's alleged sex trafficking ring. Maxwell, who is reported to have been Epstein's procurer of young girls, is currently preparing to appear publicly within days to defend herself. This is what I want to see. I want to see her on TV and let the public pick apart where she's lying. Just like they did with No One Believes Prince Andrew. Oh, sorry. I did read a few comments where people were absolutely oblivious to it, and they did believe him. Unless they were trolls or shills. So, I mean, guys, yeah, I want to see her up there. And someone having a good go at her, like a really good interview, not a softball, crappy interview. Yeah, so she's currently preparing to appear publicly within days to defend herself, along with the Duke of York. The Sun reported late on Sunday, citing sources. Epstein's purported pimp and Prince Andrew are at the epicenter of the ongoing probe against the deceased American pedophile. After a primary piece of evidence emerged earlier this year in the form of a 2001 photograph of alleged sex trafficking victim Virginia Roberts Guthrie, now 35, with the Duke of York's arm tightly around her waist when she was 17, with Maxwell smiling in the background. Guthrie maintains that photo of her with Prince Andrew is totally genuine, and it certainly looks genuine to me, Robert's lawyer Josh Schiller said, as cited by The Sun. The royal family and Prince Andrew have categorically denied involvement in any crime or having had knowledge of the crimes committed by Epstein. Prince Andrew has reportedly been evicted from his office space at Buckingham Palace by his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, after he dropped out of the public eye amid the ongoing investigation into Epstein's sex trafficking practices. Like Andrew, she has no memory of it. Ghislane thinks there's a lot of problems in the picture and it's very fishy. It is one of the very few photos that does not bear a time and date stamp, a source cited by The Sun said. The UK-based media outlet reported earlier, citing sources, that the FBI is seeking to question Maxwell over her links to Epstein. Maxwell has not been seen in public since August, 5 days after Epstein's death in jail. Another source cited by The Sun claimed that Ghislane is preparing to speak, whether by talking to the FBI or giving a statement to the media. She has to defend herself. She has no option. She will have to address this guilt by association. Oh, okay. So that's how they're trying to spin it, is it? Epstein, a convicted sex abuser, has been under investigation for nearly 2 decades at the time of his suspicious death, in custody earlier this year. At least they're willing to say that. The convicted pedophile, who's been linked to many wealthy and powerful people, including US Presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, and we all know about Trump, that he, at Mar-a-Lago, stopped talking to him pretty much around that time, was inexplicably taken off suicide watch despite reportedly trying to kill himself just weeks earlier. He was previously sentenced after being convicted as a sex offender and pedophile. Epstein served a light sentence of just 13 months. And I believe we're going to find out that they're a lot younger too. I really do. Okay, guys, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye, guys.